The welding table has been cleared off. I finished machining all 8 of these, counterbored to 15mm. I think they're threaded from halfway down to 20mm of threads or something, and then clearance down this side, so they need rolling onto them now on the other side. And then I think I'm going to drill tap and glue those on. Drill tap and glue those on. So that'll be there like that, and there like that, and then I'll cut them in half, and then they can be bolted to the jack. Then I can drill and tap these here, and then all the plates can be bolted to the jack, and then the jack will be working. So the hardest parts are now done on the jack. Now it's just a few holes to drill and tap. These took 25 minutes a piece just to do the holes in the centre, and yeah, a remedial amount of time just to cut them to length before I started. So that's that. I marked these up ages ago when I was doing these. It might have been even 2 years ago, so at least I marked them all up so I know which way they go, so it should all line up nicely. Anyway, the table's cleared off, and I am making the door frame. That was on the RC. I'm going to fit that to this. Which takes about that amount of time. Put it in the tripod, and we'll go through step by step of me making a door frame. So I've marked a narrow. Well, that's going to help me or not, I do not know at all. And I want 12 centimetres approximately, and 10 centimetres approximately. That's this one. Just hardened this hopefully, or maybe I've just softened it. Yeah, you softened it. I will get a punch that works. That's a good hit, wasn't I? Well, there's some divots there, but they're not sharp because even that punch blunted. And I'm not getting decent punches out. That's just obviously a cheap punch I picked up somewhere. I don't know where I got it from, but it's pretty rubbish. There are many ways to cut things. I got this from Harwich, which is about 130 miles from where I live. I drove down after work, after a 12-hour shift one day, and picked this up in the late hours of the evening. It's okay. Today I'm going to be using this. The other option I've got is this one here. Now this one has fallen over in the past and has a major repair here, which, watch it carefully, is not perfect. So setting this up is difficult. However, although I've got this set up parallel now, before, when I cut the last door frame, before I moved this back, this is the rotating jaw, I scored a line across it. Now, I think the old guy that made this saw stand measured it up to the height of a breeze block, because it just seems that that table height is about the size of a breeze block. You can see my homemade moving jaw for the vise, and I've taken off the cast moving jaw and the washer which goes over that, because they don't fit in. I just needed an extra, it wasn't a lot. I think at 45 degrees this can take a 75mm piece or 70mm, but obviously this is 80, so it's too wide. So this, which I completely forgot what I'd used it for, sitting here. Made it a long time ago when I did the last door frame. It just works, so it should work again today. I will start the cut and we'll see how quickly it does it. It was getting way too close, and well, yeah, we're in now, so that's good. So it's a long time since I've done this cut. I can't remember how I got it all the way through. It is close. Let me show you. It is close. That's how hot this is going to be. Quite hot, I should imagine. As you can see in there, probably not. There you go, you can now. So it's just cutting into the bottom a little bit. considerably slower. Sorry, that's 450 RPM. And she still fits in. This is only mild steel, but it is hot rolled, so it has a hard crust on it. So it's gained a little bit of rust while being underneath there. I mean, they won't rust this anyway. There's quite a few cobwebs on it, and where the wood was laying on top of it, it makes a dirty stain. So I've got one to here. I've got most of the rust off. So by the way, this is the area that I'm going to use for welding. So I've decided the welding tables are too big to go inside the garage, and to make the frames, I'm going to be doing it on this temporary patio, which will be ripped out and it will go back to grass again. The patio will come out to around about here. Probably 3 rows of thingies, all the full length, all the way up to the wall. Just somewhere to walk when you come out from the house, because the back door needs to move in here from where the back door was, which was in here. The back door was there. I moved it, it's now a sink. Anyway, I successfully got those two ends off. It took around about 2 minutes, 2 clamps, clamped across there, just to cut the ends off. And now I am cutting the long ones. Oh, a little footnote, the crappy punches I've now used multiple times and they stay sharp. First thing this morning I thought, I ain't having it, so I just got the blowtorch out, heated them up until they were glowing cherry red, dropped them in oil. And I did the same to this as well, and guess what? It stays sharp as well. Well, it didn't before. So, centre punches are repaired. Check that for accuracy. The one's on the inside of that line, and then it was 6.5 I think in from the front. Yep, 6.5. Right there. That'll be good. There are a couple of clamps holding the side uprights on. I've got it mocked up. I'm just going to show you how close the cuts were. Not perfectly 45 degrees, but quite acceptable. And the extra gap in the centre, which is here, is going to leave for some pulling there, which adds a little bit of strength. So I didn't bother adjusting it for this one, because it worked out really good for the other one. It went really good. So I've got it lined up now. And it's hard to measure at the moment. I've got a round edge here. So I hooked the tape measure over the round edge and pulled it diagonal. From there to there, 2693. From there to there, 2697. 2697 millimetres. 2693 millimeters. So it's nearly square as it is, not quite. And as you can see, I didn't get it quite square on the table. There's a bit of an angle down here, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Because at the moment, all I'm doing is putting it into the approximate position, and this isn't where this is going to be. I haven't measured that yet. So now I want to put marks on here. So marks here, and then on the inside here and here, where I need to grind off for the height of the door. And I will do the same height door as the other one. So I've got to remember what that is. 7 foot, I think, something like that. Then I will mark in a certain amount and down a certain amount for a slot, another slot, another slot, or it might be a hole. I haven't worked it out yet. No, there are the slots. And then this side here, drill hole, drill hole, drill hole. It's 4 drill holes. 6 more holes to do, 3 of them being slots. A load of chamfers, so I've just got to grind 45 degree all the way around all of these edges where they butt up to each other, and clean up all the mill scale, get it so it's nice and clean, and then weld. So this is the next day, and I didn't get a lot done at all. I've got a leak, and so I've just finished for the day, and the machine movers, I've welded the tugging eyes on, so they're all ready to be contact adhesive glued. The rubber pads on, they're down there, there's rubber pads, stack of rubber pads for them, that's all ready to be epoxied on. And I finished all the cuts off, that was yesterday. I've got some 45 degree angles, or close to 45 degree angles, nothing precision here, welding stuff. And just clean the drill press up. I've just been drilling some holes. In fact, what I did was I drilled a hole at 22 centimetres, and then I drilled a hole at 18.5 centimetres, and it still wasn't right, so then I brought it in 200 thousandths, and then decided to do a full slot just to make it look like it was intentional. And now when you lift it up from there, which you're able to lift it up now, when you put the bolts in and push it as far forward as it will go and line it up. So I've got the rotary table, 2 eyes should have been in line, they are just about. I will line it up better than that. It was lined up better than that. There. So when they're in line, and that is pushed up as far as it can go, when you hold it here and pick it up, it's balanced. That is the balancing point. So I thought, yeah, that's all great for that, but since I'm making this anyway to get this off the on and off the milling machine without causing damage to the table, I thought, well, I'm going to be making gears soon, which means I'm going to have to be flipping this up into that orientation to use it as a dividing head. So I'm going to put a bit down here with another eye here, so you can literally put the crane in here, lift it to get the 45 degree, and then a bit further, and then it will swing out, and then it will be in the upright position. And you'll be able to pick it up in the upright position and lower it onto a table, or pick it up in the upright position and take it off. And in the upright position, it's going to be easy to store, because I believe it will be stored in the wall, in one of these wall gaps. It will have like a shelf inside one of those wall gaps when all is said and done. Alrighty, I can now lift the rotary table on and off, in and out of anywhere, at either horizontal or vertical position with great ease. You may have noticed, or may not have noticed, this flap, well, it got stuck in the zoom position by itself then. This flap underneath it goes all the way from one side to the other. Well, the flap also goes underneath there, and the flap also goes down there. That is mock leather. I thought it appropriate to have a bit of mock leather down there. It will cushion it a little bit. It's give it just the right amount of space and that doesn't touch. I've not tightened it yet, it isn't quite dry. That is a green zinc primer. So I've got my other camera on charge, this is my phone. We could rest here and try and get some kind of shot. This is how far out it is. And all I've done is tighten the gibs. Should be going towards 0 here. There you go. Right, without too much fussing, I got it to here. Oh no, I have to adjust it again. That's 1.5 thou. Just make sure. That's still 1.5 thou. Just jumps up to 2 thou for a second as you start moving. Back down to 1.5 thou. And that's still 1.5 thou. So that's perfect. So the hole should line up now. So I've made the same movement from that first hole, which is at the end of the bar, 40 centimetres away from the end of the bar. And here's how close I am this time. Can you see it? I don't know. There you go, you can see it. So yeah, within Nat's fanny now. And with the ruler, this was a Nat's fanny out. So I've got to move the table. I'm going to move the table that way. Just a Nat's fanny to line up on this one because this one was the best one. So there we go. Lined up on that one there now. And I'm talking about lined up in the Y direction, not in the X direction. I'm taking all my measurements from this one here. So I'm going to come back to this one here now. As you can see, it's not quite perfection. I might look at the thousandths and see if there's 3 or 4 thousandths in it, but there's more than 10 thou there, so yeah, I'm quite happy where I am there. So this one's out in the X direction, that one's out in the Y direction, and I'm trusting the vice now because I've just measured it at 0 run out. So I've got the 2 first holes, they are drilled in, and I am using a combination of first centre drill, goes in nice and easy in the chuck. Second, I've got a Pt1 in the Mt1 to Mt2 conversion into a R8 to Mt2 conversion drill. That goes in nice and easy. And then I've got a Mt2 drill, which is 16.25mm to Mt2 to R8 converter, and that just squeezes in. Just 73, 75, 76, 77, 78, 80, 81 and 140. And 140. Lock that up. That should be bang over that mark. Close enough. I'll bring you in and show you. I don't know what you can see there. That's it, quite close. How's that? Is it going to focus? Yeah, slowly. Focuses, focus, focus. There we go. How's that? That's close enough for me. I'm going to have to do all this drilling by not going into back gear, without using back gear. Maybe it's got a variable speed drive, so this will be quite slow. No good. So there you go. So rolling's on. Well, I'm running at 76 hertz. That's going to make the motor overheat if we do it too long. We'll bring you in and show you how close we were. Oh, yeah, it's just like, you're probably seeing that now, aren't you? You're definitely seeing it now. So the hand measurement, not far out. And I'm going to say that's close enough for me. Close enough indeed. Right. Of course, on this little camera I can't really see what's happening. I'll turn it around, see if I can see anything. Get some cutting oil in there. Table up a little bit. So I can get the support. We'll change the VFD again down to 40 hertz. That's for the next drain operation. About 20 hertz for this. No belt changes, no gear changes. As you can see, the motor the VFD together, I've got enough torque even at 20 hertz to put a 16mm drill straight through. Seems like a little tap to do that with. And now I can move the ram. So if I push the turret over this way, get my wheel bottles out of the way, all the way across there like that, and then do that. Still not there. No problem. I'll just do that. How much further can I go? How much further can I go? Yeah. Okay, just. So that will. Can I move in now? Yeah, I think so. Not touched anything. No. Famous last words, obviously. Everything's gonna be fine. Don't worry. So yeah, in that position there, I'm pretty certain I can make that movement now. Yeah. So I will need to lock everything up at that. So again, I've got the thing lined up. I've got the backlash taken out. And I've got me a 0. I've got me a 0. So I'm just going to wind it the 81 and 140 thou turns. Well, it's just dropped some oil. Oh, there. Right over the mark. There we go. So how close was it? Here comes the centre drill. Into the frame any second. Pretty close. So I'll go, that's pretty good for me. Go to 70 hertz again, 74 hertz. There we go. Hole drilled. So, because of the location I have my Bridgeport in, which is right in the corner here, it's a very weird shot. I had to do that messing about. If I could overhang that hole quite a way, I think you could see that this hole is here, in this portion of the machine here, and I can drill it there. But this table can move that way far enough to drill that and over halfway to about here. So, if I'd have put that in the centre of the table, It's not quite in the centre of the table, but it is, of course, kind of. I could have it so the turret was this side and that side and do all the drilling without that one extra movement. But not to worry. I've just done 2 movements in the head. So it's 2 movements anyway, but it just shows you how versatile a universal milling machine is. And look, that vice has got that overhang on it and it holds it. There's a bit of deflection down. While I'm doing this drilling here, it was vibrating the mill quite a lot. The drill press. There we go, that's one side done. Now all I need to do is just do my 2 grinding marks here, put all my grinding tapers on, wheel it so it's ready for painting more or less, then weld it. Oh, the ice cream man. Right, I'm getting on with the grinding. The guild grinder is going to give up again. It's already got play in it. The brass bush is giving up already. This is what killed it last time, doing these door frames. It's cleaning it again. But it's not vibrating yet, so until it starts vibrating there's no point. I know what I've got to do. Got to get all those bearings, and I've got one more left. So pop it back in again, and then I'll mark back a bronze bush this time. So that's ground up, and there's some grinding done here. So that's ready to weld. That is ready to weld. Obviously after it's welded I've got to wire brush it all the way up and down to get all the loose rust off before I put the primer on it. But that's that done. I need to swing it round the opposite way. So untypical. Now I've got a cheat sheet. So the cheat sheet is to do with this, so don't forget, just in case all these numbers come off, 27, 33, 27, 33, they were ripped off, that'll be 102, 108, and 172, 178. Now, I am going to have to fling around the head here. So, I am going to set up some stuff and I'm going to use the edge finder. These don't have to be mega accurate, so I can do those with a tape measure to within 0.5 millimetre. But I would prefer them to be in and out perfect, absolutely bang on. So I think I've got it. I think so. I've got a milled flat piece of square stock clamped to the front, or maybe the rear of the door, I don't know. It's 65 millimetres away from where the slot needs to be anyway. I don't care if it's front or rear, to be fair, at the moment. It took that long to get here, I'm just happy I'm here. So I've got 200 thousandths diameter edge finder. Let's do some edge finding. Consider the edge found. I found it in the clockwise rotation direction. So 65 millimeters is written here somewhere. It's 2 inches 559. I need to take, hang on a second, I am already going to be 100 thousandths into that, so it's going to be 2459. I need to go in that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and 4, 59. So I need 59. That's 60. 59. That should be bang on the centre now. And looks to be right there. Everything is tight. There's no hole. I'll have to do down milling while, oh, you'll see. Right, the poor old Bridgeport is getting a bit hot. I don't want to push it much further than that. Once we start getting heat coming out the top of it, like there is coming out the top of it, I think it deserves a rest for 2 or 3 hours. I don't want to find out when it sets on fire. I'd rather know that it will probably set on fire running at variable frequency drive of 42. If I carry on cutting. There you go, that is the slotted. I've got 3 slots. 102 to 108. Sorry, 172 to 178. 102 to 108. And the first one which you saw, 69. I've got a bit too far on that one. To 26.9 to 33. I'll get the numbers right in a minute. So I've gone 1mm over on that one. No matter. That one looks perfect. And that one might be 0.5 mm under on one side and perfect on the other. So, having done all of the V'ing out, ready for welding prep, I am now ready to weld. So I've got the tack process started. Got 2 tacks down there, 2 tacks down there. I have a tack down the bottom there, see that? Yep. And 1 over that side as well. I've got 2 over that side, no, just 1 over that side. I've got 2 on that side, 1 on the inside and 1 on the outside. And then I use this as an anchor post, and this one's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tacks. And what I'm saying about that as an anchor post is this upright is twisted. It looks pretty straight now, but it didn't before I tack welded that side, tack welded that with 5 tacks and tack welded that side, and then put a clamp, sorry, with 1 tack on this. I put 1 tack on the outside down here, and I put a clamp from the top of here to the top of there, and I pulled it until it was the same measurement. So we have a measurement here, and that's 1092. Down the bottom, if I can get one, and it's 1092 at the bottom now, so that's parallel. They're both parallel there. Up here we have a 1092, and then the other measurement I was going with was this one here. So across this side here, all the way down, and we can see the laser down the bottom there, yeah. And that is 2312, and on the other side, get a laser across the other side, and I'll find it in a minute. I will. There it is. It's a bit old. This is like needing, and then that one there is 2313. So they are absolutely bang on, parallel. So the base, end for end, is absolutely parallel to those 2 there. Now you can see this chunk of metal here, which I've got clamped in, butt up to the edge there. I had another one butt in there, but I won't going to put it back in again. I forgot to do the recording. So anyway, I did a measurement from there to there, and there to there, and there's about a millimetre difference. And then I did one from the end, which these are lined up with this amazing straight edge like this, and approximately bang on, close-ish, and there is 2mm difference from there to there, and from there to there. So I'm quite happy at that. Now you can see why I built the welding table I did the way I did. So this weld here, it's not too bad. I wasn't too bothered about the inclusions here. This is the bottom piece. And this weld here, pretty crud. This weld here, freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing. Same with this one down here. Absolutely amazing. The difference between that and that mess there was I'm welding straight down and all the metal is falling in perfectly. And I struggle welding up and down with arc welders. The MIG, on the other hand, it's not very picking up. Let's get the other side of the MIG. The MIG welding up and down, I can do that. I always get it to bubble up too much, but I can weld up and down with a MIG all day long. It's just my MIG is not powerful enough to do this properly, so I end up with that. But now it's in this position, I can cover weld that and it will look the dog's doodle. I might even grind it down a little bit as well. Anyway, just wanted to show you the rolling table. It took around about half an hour to get it like that. Oh, that's a zoom out. Yeah, it took about half an hour to get it like that, and my calculations were slightly wrong. This could do with being longer by around about 1 millimetre or 2, because I cannot get that pin out when that pin is in the vertical position, and I didn't want to put more holes up, so I only put one in. At this position there's no real load on that, and if there is, it's falling that way and away from me, so got to be aware of that. It's just balancing on clamps, so I just clamped the clamps to the table and then rested it against them and then lifted it up, and it's fallen into position beautifully. And then when it got to a certain height I thought, it's getting a bit precarious now, so I put double clamps on each side, stop it from going whoosh off the table, which it could do. It's not so likely anymore. Now this table doesn't have much in the way of leg over this side of it. It was enough to tilt it over, so it was overhanging this side. It was enough to tilt it over. But my welding table, it works good, even with footprints on it. Oh dear. So the order of operations of this was loosen that bolt with that pin out, and loosen that bolt with the raising the brass shaft thing. So loosen them until they get to their full extent, and then extend that one all the way out, put it into the next hole it can reach into, put some tension on that, take the pin out of that one, take it out, extend it out till it can fit the same hole as that one, put that one back into that hole there, put some tension on that one, pardon me, take the pin out of that one, and then do the 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 until they're at full extents, and then do the same with this. Put the pin back in this one at the highest hole it can get to, adjust that one to the same pin, then take that one out, and I had to do that 3 times, from horizontal to vertical, 3 pin out things. And the pins are these here. So this is the pin, nothing special, just a little pin I made on the lathe, and it just slips through the hole, and then as it's going up I just put a split pin, an R clip through it to stop it from coming out. And yes, this table will get painted eventually one day, but it won't be today. So the door is nearly ready. Once this door is ready and in, at that point I can then think about making the second table, which is laying here on the floor, and the rest of the bits are all cut out for it. If you look underneath the bench there, I'll put a second drawer. If you look underneath there, I don't think you can pick it. There it is, it's focusing in now. Every single bit is cut out for this. So all of these are cut out, all of these ribs, all of these long sections here are all cut out, and the long side bits are up there. And the only thing I've got left to cut out for this is, I think, yeah, I've only got the long beam to cut the length on this one. I've got all the cross beams and all the uprights cut out, and all the triangle pieces and all the square pieces, all those bits are cut out and ready.